What's going on, people? How you been? Good? Good. I'm Johnny Rogers, your Nerdvana, your host with the most. Before we begin, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you can see more of the top 10 nerd, more of me, more videos you know and love. Now let's dive into the top 10 alternate versions of Doctor Strange. Coming in at number 10, Ultimate Marvel. This version of Doctor Strange begins in the Ultimate Marvel universe, where we first see him in flashbacks where he married a former student of his, Clea. After the two of them had a child, also known as Stephen Jr., kinda tacky, I know, Strange Sr. soon vanished, resulting in his wife deciding to raise little Stephen Jr. away from magic. However, once Stephen Jr. is attending college, he's approached by Wong, who tells him stories of his father and agrees to take him on as a student. Now Strange takes an interesting role here where he becomes a type of guru, if you will. Kind of like Tony Robbins meets Dr. Oz meets small knowledge of magic. He is then known to the masses as Doctor Strange, even though he doesn't really have a medical degree, kind of like some other doctors we know. Bill Cosby. What? Number 9, Earth X. In this version of Doctor Strange, we begin in Earth X universe, where he's murdered by Clea, who is this Earth's Sorcerer Supreme, under the command of Loki though. He then takes a celestial form and assists Captain Marvel as he journeys through Death's realm. Strange spent the next 3 years providing wisdom to Marvel, who is basically building an army of superhumans, and when Marvel was successful, he used his powers to bring Doctor Strange back to life. Upon returning, he worked together with Clea to stop the resurrection of Fin Fang Foom. I know it's a mouthful, but there it is. After all of that, Strange pleaded with Clea that he would devote his life to her, but she sadly turned him down, believing that their relationship was over. I mean, she did kill him. What did he expect? Still, sad Strange is sad. Number 8, Exiles. Another Strange version of Strange is one where he helps the Exiles, who were originally a team of X-Men consisting of Blink, Mimic, Magnus, Lensure, Thunderbird, Nocturne, and Morph. In this version of Doctor Strange, he had no mystical powers, and instead still practiced as a physician, specializing in superhumans. Lastly, in this version of Doctor Strange, he's killed by an alternate version of Deadpool. Rest in peace, Doctor Strange. Number 7, Age of X. In the Age of X universe, Doctor Strange works as a double agent for Magneto, posing as a mutant hunter for hire. In this reality though, he uses his abilities to safely teleport the mutants he finds to Fortress X, where they can find safety. What a nice guy. Number 6, Duck World. In this timeline, we have an anthropomorphic duck version of Doctor Strange, better known in this world as Doctor Strange. Man, I love a good pun. And he is adorable. In the home world and dimension of Howard the Duck, Doctor Strange practices the mallard of the mystic arts. However, as you can see in the photo, he's a bit of a lost drunk who lives in alleyways drinking what he calls sorceress sauce, aka alcohol. He's sought after though for his powers in the mystic arts and is utilized by Stu the Intern in She-Hulk Volume 4 number 20, where he helps Stu return to Earth. And Doctor Strange, such a good pun, man. I can't get over that. What can I say? I'm impressed easily. Number 5, 2099. Now we take you to 2099, where Doctor Strange is a young woman, also known as the Sorcerer Supreme. She refers to herself as, well, Strange. Secretly, she is intertwined with a gruesome demon, and in this timeline, Strange's mystical powers are not honed, and therefore she makes some reckless decisions. In one event, she displays her inexperienced abilities by killing her brother and her main foe, Garrick, who believed that he could get the upper hand due to the lack of her experience and take the title of Sorcerer Supreme. There is another version of 2099 where we see a sort of reset, if you will, where Maestro has gained control over a demolished world and keeps Strange confined within a mystical circle. Number 4, Mutant X. In the Mutant X universe, the title of Sorcerer Supreme belonged to Mordo, and Doctor Strange reveals an immensely different counterpart that we've ever seen. After saving his friend Dr. Ted Sallis of a curse, if you will, known as the Man-Thing, Doctor Strange then takes on the curse himself, thus resulting in him becoming the Man-Thing. And once the curse took him over, he became the guardian of the nexus of all realities. Strange wasn't able to leave his post until Havoc and the Defenders destroyed the nexus to stop the Goblin Queen from tapping into its power. Number 3, Marvel Zombies. That's right, zombie fans, we have a zombie version of Doctor Strange, and in this universe, he's known as one of the very last heroes to take on the zombie form. After a tough battle as part of Nick Fury's resistance against the zombie Marvel characters in the spin-off of Dead Days Before, he's turned by the zombie Fantastic Four. He is then used multiple times, once in a multi-zombie attack on Doctor Doom's castle where he hoped to turn more unaffected citizens, and again in Marvel Zombies 3 where he joins the Kingpin's alliance. Now Kingpin uses Zombie Strange's remaining 2 spells to allow himself to see into other universes. Unfortunately for zombie Doctor Strange, he's killed by Ultron. Number 2, Bullet Points. This timeline is a mini-series where Doctor Strange decided to lend a helping hand to S.H.I.E.L.D. after they, restored his hands. This version is pretty cool because later on we get to see him with these cool Wolverine-esque claws. Number 1, 1602. Last but not least, we have the Marvel 1602 universe. In this timeline, Doctor Strange is better known as Sir Stephen Strange, and he acts as both a court physician of Queen Elizabeth I and a magician. As far as history is concerned, Sir Stephen Strange is the equivalent to John Dee, who was an English mathematician, astronomer, and an advisor to Queen Elizabeth I. Now, given the time period, it makes perfect sense that Strange cannot fully access his astral projection, also known as a magic mirror, in which he has these outer body experiences. Now, the technology at the time just sets him back and quite often leaves him physically drained when finished. That doesn't stop him though. He keeps trying, and one time he makes contact with Uatu, also known as the Watcher. In this contact, Sir Strange is warned of the danger caused by the Forerunner's arrival, and although this information is basically useless because he's compelled not to speak or act on any of this new knowledge. When Queen Elizabeth dies, he turns himself in to be executed for crimes of witchcraft and treason, and after his head is removed, Clea keeps it alive for a small window of time to share the information given by the Watcher to other superheroes, kind of in hopes to stop the destruction of their reality. And that has been the top 10 alternate versions of Doctor Strange. I hope you enjoyed this video, and to see more videos like this, click the playlist on the screen. Make sure to stay up to date by hitting that subscribe button, give us a thumbs up while you're at it, and why don't you hit that comment section down below. Let me know what your favorite Doctor Strange is throughout all of the versions. You can even name some of the ones that I didn't list, there's plenty. My favorite obviously is Doctor Strange because I just love a good pun. But for now, I've been Johnny Rogers, and until next time, take care.